Hi guys, this is DJ Connery and this is a video for artists that have your music on Spotify and they don't know how the algorithm of Spotify works. First of all, I will describe how the music is organized by an algorithm. Yeah. The music in the world is grouped by genres, and I will show you a website. This is called Noice. There you can see a map of music genres, and you see this is very a lot. This is much. So if you put here an artist, YouTube for example, and you like to see what's the rock genre is grouped, and you see here bands. They are grouped also in a map. Yeah, all artists grouped in a map. If you capture the algorithm and you go higher, you will find your artist name also on this web page. If your artist you have not captured the algorithms, you doesn't see your artist name there. But I will you describe this group of this map of genres, and artists have to match with each other, and this is how the algorithm understand which people like to listen which music. So the focus on Spotify is on the listener. Yeah, the listener, Spotify needs to give the listener the music they need. Yeah, and a lot of listener get music they are exactly in the genre that what they like, and they are happy with Spotify. This is why Spotify is the biggest music service in the world. He finds music that the people like and they grouped by and do this. And this is important to understand how the algorithm works. So you have seen this map. You have in your mind that Spotify have also a map with the listener, and they group a listener to a genre, and they have also a profile of the music taste. Some listener have a different listen to different genres like rock, punk, or independent, for example, yeah, or classic music. It depends on in what situation are the listener is. So, and now you have a 2D map that is flat, but it is not flat. You see here in this Imagine Dragons is a little bit bigger than CC Top, and U2 is bigger than Snow Patrol. So this is how more important is an artist for the world, how more people like or listen these bands or know these bands. Yeah? They are the superstars. So this map exists also for genres. A big genre is more important. This is the main genre. This is more important for listeners. They play the music and radios and in charts and so. And this map is made also for the listener, and the listener get a different classification. If their listener is active by his listening and search some good music, replay the music, play louder and quieter, then Spotify recognized this is an active listener, and they made a map. So I know some people, some listeners, some of you are being part of streaming groups. Yeah, this is a streaming group is a group of artists. They work together and stream a playlist and send screenshots in this group or whatever, and mostly they use some services like State for Spotify and other. Spotify knows when a listener use this service. This service need to get connect to Spotify and read data what songs have the listener listen in the past. So this information gives the Spotify algorithm the information that mostly this listener is part of a streaming group, and they know this listener is not important to capture artists to group in each other position of connection to other to the genre or making bigger or grow. So they know that this person streaming this playlist or this song in case of exchange. Spotify doesn't remove this artist from Spotify, but Spotify know this. If they remove artists, they have to remove a lot of artists. I know mostly of the artists on Spotify do this thing that you grow with streamings, with more streams. One of a part is when you pay for a bad marketing. I know you what was a bad marketing. If you pay for 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 streams, you can say this is definitely a fake campaign. The streams comes from bots. They give you only streams, but they're not real people. They're not real people. They're bots, and this is very, very bad for the algorithm, and can be also artists can be also removed from Spotify if they do this too much. One one thing what is a positive marketing. Yeah, a positive marketing is if you run Facebook ads or any other and made a conversion which people, which groups of people like your music and go to Spotify and listen. This is also a positive campaign, and this recognized the algorithm also, and that helps the group, the listener, or your music, to the genre, to the closer look to some main artists, and then from these listenings, mostly from these listeners, made Spotify the first, and the first algorithmic playlist is your radio. If you have a radio, you will see you have also artists from streaming groups. If you're there, yeah, you see also artists from the same streaming groups. This is only a part of it, but how higher the listenings, or if, let me explain, if you listen more, the algorithm recognize this, but this more listenings hasn't not an expect to get closer to other artists in this map of genres. So Spotify have an algorithm. This is a self-learning algorithm. There is not programmed from a software developer in what they have to do. So the algorithm find out which action gives him a positive effect for a listener. So in this algorithm always try out something things, and for example I will show you to Spotify. This is the Spotify app, and if you go to help and to third-party software, you see parts of the software that are used in the app, in the Spotify app, to help or to get the algorithm information or capture any things of your computer, of your working space, or whatever. Yeah, you can take this Google and find out what this part of software do, but it doesn't have sense for you. Important is that you know the algorithm knows more of you than you think. Yeah. And you can, as said, not fake the algorithm, but you can help the algorithm to understand what music is important, or gets together, or comes together, or should be in the same group of genre. So if you are in a streaming group, you listen the mostly 24 hours, 24/7 until this playlist run, and you capture you get data from state for Spotify, and the algorithm knows this listener streaming by a stream group. If you stop streaming this playlist and you start to stream a radio from an artist, for example, what is an radio? And this is, I find a radio here on, this is my radio. And I find here some artists, their Spotify think that are similar to this music of this artist. So if you play radio with the same account that you have before used stayed for Spotify, your actions, your active listeners listening on this radio doesn't really much effect. If you play an active radio or play a radio from an artist active, you have to use an account like this that I have. This account, I never use any services like State for Spotify and these things, yes. And so this account get an offer and get a reaction. This account is more important for Spotify or more interesting for the algorithm, and what action that the listener or this account is doing. Yeah. So what action is an active action? So if you hear and song and the song begins and you make the volume louder, the algorithm recognize this. Yeah. If you make a break, Pause button in German, break, the Spotify algorithm recognize this. This is information that a person have to do other things at the moment. You have time to listen active, but he want to listen later. He want to stop, and this is an important thing. And if you skip back, you give it also gives some information to the algorithm, and it gives the information that this song is interesting for the listener. So, and if you listen to a radio of a friend and you know that this radio of your friend is from an independent rock artist, yeah, and you listen to sounds like they have the same sound that then the artist, you can use to play louder or repeat the song one more, play the song one more. And this gives this artist more connecting to this, or get closer to this other artist. If in a radio or in a other, this is not exactly for radios, this is also for some other algorithmic made playlists. If you find a song there is on a completely other genre than this of this, what the main playlist is from the main artist, yeah, from the radio of this artist, it doesn't match for your ears. It's better you skip this song and go to the next song. This is not bad for the song that you skip, but this is better for the songs that are also in the playlist, in the same playlist. In this case, if you skip a song, you can make a playlist, a genre playlist, and you can add this song first to another playlist and named by this genre, and add this song to this playlist, and then you can skip. So the algorithm understands that the song is not exactly the right song for this group of musicians, and they don't get lower for this song that you skipped. Yeah, this is also important for you, that you understand the algorithm want to find out what catch together, what comes together, what is the same music. Yeah, Spotify has an algorithm that find out only on the waveform and the frequencies that the song have what genre is it. But the real action, the real action from the listener is that was the what the algorithm has more, and has more to learn about these things. The next part is the algorithm. I found out that the algorithm check or made some random things. If you play a playlist and you put this button down, this is a repeat the playlist. But if when this is off, you see this is off, then the playlist ends, and always the algorithm gives you music from other artists. They have your listen on this playlist other song from this artist, and this information gives the algorithm also information of the listener, and information how this song, how this listener is the really like this listener, this artist. This is also important. If you have a random song from an artist and you play louder, the algorithm gives this listener a more important ranking. Yeah. So what is other? I have any strange happenings on listening on radio. If I start with a new account, listen on radio, sometimes the algorithm mix me other songs while they're listening. They want to find out, is this really an active listener? And you can see normally if you load the radio, you see this ranking of the songs, and you see this, and while listening it doesn't change. If the algorithm change anything or play other songs that you haven't in the ranking or in the order of the playlist, the algorithm want to find out if you are a really active listener. And if the algorithm do any action, go back to the song that you need, to the playlist you need, click on it, play it again. Don't be passive. If you be passive by listening on algorithmic playlists, your listener have not really an effect to go closer with the other artists that you are in the playlist. So this is what active listening is no. Have always in your mind that the algorithm is an intelligent is a self-learning engine, and all actions that you do helps this algorithm think in your mind, do things that are normal, that all listeners do. If you have a playlist with algorithmic playlist, and there is a song that is completely bad for your ears, skip this song. Mostly is this a song there is for the algorithm knows that this song doesn't fit, but the algorithm use this song to find out if you're being an active listener, you listen really to the music. I do always active listening with this account here. The whole day in the office, and I have my Spotify account with this, my Spotify app, and I always have my headphones and listen the whole day while I'm working on some things. If I get a phone call, the algorithm recognizes this. This is a situation if you put the break, the pause button, and you play the song again after the phone call, or you get the phone call ends and you go back to the song that you was and play it again. This information helps the algorithm that here is a real person. Now, if you have a laptop that runs 24 hours on a playlist, and they may be made automatically screenshots or anything other, you will see something on the laptop get frozen, or the app closed, or anything other. And this algorithm I recognized this also, and this listener would get lower in his rating for the connection, for the rating, and which person or which artist sounds like this. And this is how the radio also work. How artist sounds like this artist, or which artist sounds like this artist. And this is important to understand. Help the algorithm to catch music together, and not to get streams. This is not really helpful. And don't use any services that have a connection to, or that gives a history, a listening history from your account. Be careful with this. Yeah. You can use another account for streaming platform, for streaming groups. You can stream 24 hours with an account. This is not really bad. You get streams, you get a classification a little bit. But what really important is by listening radio to help each other, to help other artists. Listening, active. Play louder, repeat the song, play the pause button, skip a song that not match to this radio or algorithmic playlist. Yeah. Have fun, and I hope you will understand more from the algorithm. If you like this video, push the like button, follow my channel for more video like this. If you need an information how any other parts like marketing with Facebook campaigns or any other things, leave a comment. Right, I will make a video special for this part. Okay, thank you for listening, and say goodbye, and I hope we will see you soon on stage.